Imagine driving a horse and cart through the pitch-black damp streets of Whitechapel at 1 in the morning. Suddenly, your horse rears up, startled by something hidden in the shadows of a yard. You strike a match, and in that brief, flickering glow, you see a woman's body, her throat sliced from ear to ear. What you don't realize is that Jack the Ripper is likely standing less than 3 feet away, pressed against the brickwork, his labored breathing muffled by the night. If you had reached out, you could have touched history's most notorious killer. But you don't. You go to find a candle, and in those few seconds of darkness, he vanishes. This isn't just a ghost story. It's a story of a man who escaped because he lived in a world that had already left its most vulnerable to die in the dark. To understand why he was never caught, you have to look at the world he inhabited. In 1888, Whitechapel was a giant labyrinth of unlit alleys and absolute squalor. It was a cauldron of violence where 4 million people were packed into a city bursting at the seams. For thousands of women, survival meant the oldest trade in the world. Many lived in lodging houses where a bed was sometimes just a rope you leaned over for 2 pence a night, the origin of the term hangover. In this environment, life was cheap, and the police were often less than caring about those they considered the lower class. This social indifference provided the perfect mask. In a district full of slaughterhouses, a man walking home with blood on his clothes didn't look like a murderer. He just looked like a worker. The killer is officially linked to the canonical 5 victims, though he may have claimed many more. He wasn't a clumsy slasher. He was a skilled mutilator who used a 6 to 8 inch knife to remove internal organs with chilling precision. He expertly extracted kidneys and uteruses, leading the police to hunt for doctors, surgeons, and butchers. Then came the letters that fueled a global media frenzy. The most terrifying was the From Hell letter, delivered to a local official with half a human kidney. The writer claimed he had fried and eaten the other half, calling it very nice. Whether it was a hoax or a genuine message from a monster, it proved the Ripper knew how to manipulate the fear of an entire empire. Why did justice fail? In 1888, investigators had no DNA testing, no fingerprints, and no psychological profiling. They were fighting a modern predator with nothing but handcuffs and truncheons. Suspects ranged from the sexually insane Montague Druitt to the American quack Francis Tumblety, who reportedly kept a collection of human uteruses in jars. Some even whispered of a royal cover-up to protect Queen Victoria's grandson, Prince Albert Victor. But the most chilling theory is that the killer was a commoner hiding in plain sight, like Charles Lechmere, the man who found the first body. If Lechmere was the Ripper, he simply stayed put when he heard someone coming, pretending to be a helpful witness. Jack the Ripper vanished as suddenly as he arrived, but he didn't disappear into thin air. He melted back into the fog of a city that didn't care to look too closely at its own cracks. He died with his secrets, having walked among thousands of people who never realized they were breathing the same air as a monster.